themselves and make sure that everybody is able to go by consensus, everybody agreeing on a set of rules, and everybody agreeing to police each other to make sure that we are all representing Occupy in a positive manner to 99% of Americans. One of the things is that we need to have somebody on site at all times to keep an eye on our donations and the food bank that we've accumulated. We need to have a table there to keep things on. We are trying to get, waterproof containers to keep things in so that it's still sanitary. We've had a lot of support from the community. A lot of people have been donating. The Russell Teachers Union, for instance, brought some food down to donate. The police department has been extremely supportive and very helpful. And I just wanted to let you know that we are trying very hard to be a good citizen for our community as well as representing the Occupy movement. Are there any questions that I can answer?
I do think the city has a problem that you haven't complied with city ordinance and get a street application. I know the Parks Director has been down there multiple times, and it's required that we have a street application permit to do what you're doing.
Have a demonstration.
Do what?
A demonstration, a peaceful demonstration.
Demonstration specifically called out in the application permit. Sean, you do have copies of that, but you need to get that filled out. Actually, there is a street application permit on tonight's agenda for that same spot by the Winter Wonderland lights. So we'll put the Christmas tree up there shortly. So actually, another organization will have that. Another organization will have, the rights to that spot.
Well, Georgia.
Wherever, if it's on city property, whether it would be there in the park, there's various venues that could be available. If you could find one that,
Actually, we do have one in mind, and he is going to address that shortly.
But that's the main problem that we have right now is that it's we don't have it hasn't been approved by the commission.
Well, the thing with freedom of speech, I know that it's city property, but the thing with freedom of speech and peaceful demonstrations is it is our right to do so, according to our Constitution and our Bill of Rights.
And no one's saying that it's not. It's just what's happening there.
That's why I'm trying to assure you that we are doing it in a very clean, orderly, and representative of the city in a positive way. But as far as finding other property or others to demonstrate, I understand that, the Christmas tree will be up in November, so I'm sure by then, we will have a new space. But if George here would like to address you next.
Will there be any more speakers on this?
No, sir, and I'll be very quick. I submitted an inquiry form. We spoke today with the gentleman in.
Need your name and address.
I'm sorry.
949 State Route 854 in Rush, Kentucky. We spoke today with a couple of individuals, with one in the courthouse over there in Catlettsburg, about locating a Boyd County or city-owned property that's either vacant or it might be possible that's either vacant or part of a park system. And what we came up with was actually a vacant small tract of land over at the corner of 13th and Carter. It's behind the Burger King, and it sits on basically the southeast corner of where 13th and Carter run. It's across from the Paramount, and there is a single cement wall at one end of the piece of property. I think it's about 40 foot by 70 foot, actually. And we're inquiring at this time, we won't know until Monday probably, how to actually track down who's responsible for right now. It seems Boyd County took it over from either a developer or it was acquired in a look at using that as an alternate site and trying to find a way to get permission from the county. On the issue of the permit, I was unaware until today that there was a requirement for a permit. And Monday, when business hours permit, we will certainly pursue applying for whatever type of permit is required to have the operation we have ongoing. When I first contacted Chief Bradlett to inform him of our intention, the event did grow quite a bit from what our original plan was in regards to the amount of use of the community outreach that we were doing as far as the meal and coffee, and that involved quite a number of people coming because they felt safer actually in the downtown area with some of us up all night holding signs to sleep or to have a meal or to drink coffee. But we did address today the immediate concern that came up over the last couple of days with the rainfall and a lot of tarps being put up, and that's something that won't go back up. But we do need to have some kind of shelter while we're there to at least protect the supplies. And again, we're getting that into plastic containers. But Monday, we're certainly going to follow up with any ordinances we were unaware of regarding a city permit or a use permit. And we're going to see if we can't use this small piece of property that the county seems to own over on the corner of 13th and Carter as an alternate site, because we know with the holidays and the winter coming, there are going to be different functions going on downtown there.
Sean, if you can assist them in that, obviously that is a much higher traffic area, 13th Street than Federal Highway than where you're at now.
Yes, sir.
That could be a very good location. But if you could assist them in any way you can with the county. Yeah, certainly. Or if there's any other city property that seems acceptable, you can fill out the application for turning.
Okay, very good. We looked at about 4 sites that were overview on the computer, and there were a couple of sites that actually, what was Milton's last name? Lawhorn. Mr. Lawhorn pointed out to us, he said we might approach the city on, but this was our first choice due to the high visibility in the area of town that it's in.
Another potential that's been suggested to me is on US 23, city property up at the water plant area. That's a high traffic area also. Albury Park area. So that would be.
I'm familiar with that area. Thank you for the suggestion. Do you have any other concerns that weren't addressed previously? I'm not sure. Obviously, we should have probably made contact with individuals of the city government in order to give our intentions ahead of time. Unfortunately, Chief Bradlett was the only individual we contacted, and I know he's not speaking for the city, but we thought that he was the most appropriate first contact, just so the police didn't drive by one day and say, my goodness, what's going on here? But again, we've really tried to police ourselves. I think it got a little out of hand during the rain. We're certainly going to take the weather into a better account here in the future as far as our organization and our deployment.
I have no other concerns.
Thank you very much.
I appreciate you all coming in and establishing this communications, and we'll work with you in any way we can.
Thank you very much.
And we did extend the time limit for you tonight.
I understand that.
We